y'all.
All right.
I don't do anymore. Okay, go ahead. Not because of Greece,
Talk to me, Cleveland, and everywhere else. All the brothers and sisters are on the planet. Today is an auspicious day, but let me start off because I took my foreign language. I took Kiswahili 1 and 2. So let me say Habari Gani, Jambo. And you'll hear a lot of other greetings from a lot of other brothers, and they'll give you the meanings of what the breakdown is. But I really am honored to have been selected to be the host of this event. You know, the brothers from the Kofi Pi Side research team, those are my A1s from day one. And again, I appreciate them for letting me do hosting duties for the book release of the Dinka approved Spear Masters, a historical survey of the minds of African warrior scholars, volume 4. These brothers are hard at work. So again, everybody is watching the show right now. Please share the show. Let everybody know what's going on because you don't want to miss this. This is something important for the community at large. And you want to let all of your people participate in what you are about to see for celebration of this newest volume of the book. What we're going to have right now, we're going to have Brother Kofi give us a little information because not only do these brothers have books out, but they also have formed a publishing company. So other brothers and sisters can get their information out. Same tree, different branch publishing. And we could get Brother Kofi Pi Side to tell us a little bit about the publishing company and what it does. Brother Kofi. You're on mute, King.
All right. Peace, everybody. The publishing company, again, like you said, it's called Same Tree, Different Branch Publishing. It's a company that we put together maybe 6 months ago. I went under a mentorship of a legit publishing company, a Black-owned publishing company, as that, and took some classes, but we formed it so, like we said, we can. We think it's very important for those that look like us be able to read and write, and then be able to do it where the publishing company not telling them what direction to go in, whatever their vision is. We want to push that vision and not tell them to do something totally different, because the publishing companies are mostly about profit and dividends. Same Tree, Different Branch Publishing consists of myself, consists of Sean Inherit, Sean Calfani, Suetek Ra Mariaman, Benjamin Njai, T'Challa Bangara, and am I missing somebody, Sean? Chavis, Brother Chavis, the newest member, Brother Chavis. Yeah, I did, Suetek Ra. And yeah, we got Black Panther. And basically, we a service that we provide, man. We do business logos, we do regular logos, we do logos for clothing lines. We do publishing, full publishing. We do 3 levels of editing. First, we do first level editing, second level editing, where we read the entire book and edit. Third level of editing is ghostwriting. That's a little bit expensive if you want us to kind of ghostwrite for you. We guaranteed, if you go through our publishing company, we guarantee to get you on multiple platforms, such as Amazon, Lulu, Endgame, Barnes and Nobles, Targets, and over there in the UK, if you publish with us at Same Tree, Different Branch Publishing.
All right, Brother Kofi, I appreciate that. Also, I want to let everybody know I have my book. I just don't talk about it. I have the book. So I appreciate Brother Kofi for getting that over to me. And everybody's going to get information on how you can get this book. So when that information is given, please participate. Get this book. It may be one of the 3. Although I'm still missing my 3rd book. As you can see, I have the first and the second by me. I think Sean sent somebody to come and make out with my third book, even though he tried to blame that on my mother. I don't know why he would do that to that queen. But I don't have the third book, but I do have the fourth book. So when the information comes out for you to be able to get that book, please do yourself a favor, do your family, do your friends a favor, get that book and get that information out. Now, we do have a few speakers, dignitaries that you will hear from today, but we are going to start with the one and only Mkmz. And brother, please introduce yourself, let the people know who you are, and give us a few words of wisdom about this celebration and the importance of it, and what other ever words that you have for us. Take yourself off of mute, and we'll be ready to rock.
All right, I'm off now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, man, thanks a lot for introducing me. I appreciate it. My name is Mkmz, and I am a member of the Raising Awareness Group, and we've always worked hand in hand with the Maasai Warrior Clan, Kofi Pazai Research Team, Amara Squad, and all the other entities that you guys represent. I was asked by Kofi and the crew to do a forward for your last publication, volume 4, Spears of the Maasai, Historical Survey of the Minds of African Warrior Scholars. And of course, it was an honor for me to do that. I'm not going to even go into what I wrote, because when you guys get the book, you can read that. But I'll go over a little bit of what some of the content was, and it definitely was about the spears, and the significance of spears and the symbolic nature of the spears for African culture throughout the continent. But I will first say this for the family who are listening, and I'm also honored to be on the panel with all these other, noted, young warriors, established scholars and everything else. So I want to thank you guys for allowing me to be here with you. The Kofi Pazai research team, I found is a very significant movement. And I say movement because that's exactly what you guys are. You guys are a movement. I appreciate what you do. And the most important element of what you guys do is what I consider the generosity. What do I mean by generosity? The generosity would be your content, your generous amount of content, your everlasting effort, your tireless effort to present the content. Obviously, the investment of your time, that means sacrifice, part of that generosity. Your personal time away from your families. Understand that you can probably do better things, but because of the love of your people and of the African people, you guys do what you do. And of course, it wouldn't be anything unless it was quality research, quality content, continuity, and consistency. And that's what you guys represent. And I want to give you guys all the kudos in the world for being able to establish all of that under the intangible of generosity. Now, as far as the Maasai Warrior Clan is concerned, we the Kofi had asked me basically to stress how important it was for the Maasai and the things that the Maasai were famous for and what they were noted for, but also too about the Dinka. Now, I did mention the Dinka. You guys will see that in the foreword of the book. The Dinka is located in the Sudan, the lower part of the Sudan, and they're actually closer than the east. They're actually closer to the eastern side of Africa, eastern side of the continent. And why do I bring that up? I think it's important to talk about not just Kemet in West Africa, but also the Southern Cape, the southern area of the continent, and also Eastern Africa. It's very important to talk about Eastern Africa because we find that civilization in the early hominids before the pre-dynastic periods, there was some findings by Dr. I don't know these initials, like I think it's like LSB Leakey, and he found evidence of pre-dynastic civilization. Now, when we mean by civilization is stone tools, well, not modern, but agriculture, tribal activity, and also bedding and tools. These were what you called early hominids, and the reason why we are considering them as early hominids because this evidence was found to be 20 million years old. 20 million years old, and that's an established fact. You guys can easily research that. Look up Dr. Leakey and his information in his research. You'll see that. Also in the book, the history of East Africa, introductory history of East Africa. I found a lot of very good information in there. It's written by Dr. Robert Maxson. I think you guys can see it here. If you're interested in doing that. There's a lot of good information in here, geographical information. The same information I just told you about Dr. Leakey and his findings is also in this book. You'll find that the entire continent is rich, very, very rich with our culture. So just don't inherit or claim Kemet, West Africa, South Africa, also claim East Africa, claim the entire continent. When you do your research everything, because our continent is very, very rich. Now, the original inhabitants of that area that I was just talking about is considered the pygmies. That would be the layman's term, but they are actually called the Khoisan. And of course, then later they were identified as the Twa. And the Twa will be what you consider the family, the precursors or the ancestors of the Nubian, Kush, and Kemetic culture, the dynastic periods of those cultures. Of course, like I said, Nubian, Kush, Kemet, pre-dynastic, and dynastic. Their deity that the Twa had commemorated was a deity called Bes. Everybody knows about Bes. That's also pictured as a pygmy, a small, statured African person, and that deity was responsible for the protection of the households. It was also a protector of children and mothers, and it was the deity of childbirth and fertility. And we'll see that when you do your research, you'll see, and people who know that already will know that Bes found its way up from the lower sections of East Africa up into the Nile Valley and on into the Kemetic culture, into Nubia, into the Kemetic culture. Other East African tribes or cultural entities would be the Luhya, I'm probably saying it wrong, Luhya out of Kenya. You got the Kalenjin, which are also in Kenya, and they're considered the young runners of the tribe of the Kalenjin. And you'll see evidence of those young runners when you look at the athletes coming out of Kenya, the long distance runners of Kenya, the young runners of Kenya. Their tradition goes back many, many generations and generations and generations. They have a proud history of being able to run long distances. The Chaga, Chagga, the Maasai, Maasai, not to be confused with the Masi, because the Masi are over in the western part of the continent, in Burkina Faso, the Golden Coast, and then you have the Kikuyu. And this is not an exhaustive list of tribes in East Africa, just the most notable ones. And that's basically it. And I guess my message today would be, do not just claim one part of the continent. Claim everything. Claim your African culture. You may have a genetic connection to a certain area of the continent, but claim the entire continent. Again, guys, thank you so much for allowing me to be on the panel. I really do appreciate it. And if you need me to, to chime in anytime during the course of the broadcast, I'll be glad to do that. Thanks a lot.
We appreciate you, brother Mkmz. And I was so anxious to get this party started. I got a little bit ahead of myself. I took it for granted that people were going to know who I was. And I realized, man, this is not my show. Nobody's going to know who I am. Really quick. I'm Kevin Chill Hurd. I do a show called Chill Talk. I've been a journalist for over 30 years. For 25 years, I've been an editor at a 100-year-old Black newspaper, the Call and Post newspaper. I've done radio, I've done television, and now I do my own show, Chill Talk. And I'm also the executive director of a nonprofit called My Cool Solutions. And back in the day, I was also an old school hip hop rap artist, and I'd have had a couple rap battles with a couple people on this panel right now. Kofi came at me. Suetek came at me. The brothers came at me. But no, I do also want to tell you again, welcome to this celebration. And from the back of the publication, the Kofi Pi-Psi research team is back with their 4th volume, Spear Masters. It says this book is, and the title is inspired by the Dinka people of South Sudan. Each survey touches on the Dinka culture, as Brother Mkmz just told you. So what we want to do right now is go to Brother Kofi. Is that Sean throwing up gang signs back there?
That's him.
Okay, we're gonna get to him. I want to invite Brother Kofi and any other members of the Kofi Pi-Psi research team to talk a little bit about the purpose and the journey that it took to bring this book to life. So Brother Kofi, followed by any other members of the research team, let us know what you had to go through to make this book happen, why, and how important was it to get this publication out and what it stands for.
Okay, man. First, Spear Masters, man. The book is like I said, inspired by the Dinka people in the South Sudan. It's a group. Well, actually, it's a clan that's broke up into like 20 different tribes. And as I began to read their folktale is about the Spear Masters. And the Spear Masters in the folktales, it resembles, or the folklore, it resembles what we actually are trying to do. And so it was inspired by that. It was about, I'll just tell briefly about the folklore. The folklore was about our mothers. And again, this is a folktale. This is a myth. And we know that folk tales or folklores or myth is carried on into the culture and embedded into the traditions. And so it's about a mother husband who was dancing every year in the Sudan. The lions will held a dance thing, and the dance wanted this man's bracelet, and it bit off the finger and died. And the man died. So the mother the wife went weeping to the river. And a lot of times we know the river is very significant, or water is very significant in African culture and African traditions. And she wept to the spirit of the water, and the water birthed her with a child. And he birthed her with a male child. And as he birthed her with a male child, he gives her a spirit. Because again, every one of our volumes has the spirit in it. And the spirit was a technology, or a new technology that was used back then for hunting, where they was able to go out and hunt game. They was able to go out and fish with the spear. They was able to defend their territory or their community from wild beasts. So we use the spear and they used it for combat. So we use the spear to combat misinformation. That's why we have such as spears of the Marcy, from spears to pins, from spiritual combat, and now with Spear Masters. And the story leads up to this young man, Aoul, begins to have had this special power, and certain things, spear masters, whatever the spear masters would say, it would come to life, it would come true. And but anyway, I'm not gonna tell the whole story because you can get the book to get it, but it was inspired by that story. And from that story, you can see how the spear was implemented from the folk tales from the first time with the spear, the spiritual, the spirit of the water gives her a spear which symbolized male birth, and then goes on to later on through the folktale, you have this wise guy Oel begins to want the people to move from out of a place, because the Dinka also is master herdsmen, so they deal with cattle. So no matter what group of the Dinka you studied, they are master herdsmen. So they're very, very, very loving when it comes to their cattle, till it comes to their oxen. So through the story, ox, you can tell, well, I just say, through the story, I'm trying not to lose y'all, but through the story, IOL begins to have this special power, and through this special power, his mother seen the milk was being left from the thing, and I'm messing the whole story up, y'all. I'm messing the whole story up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm messing the whole story up. But like I said, but it's I'm messing the whole story up, man. I'm trying to tell it in a way where it makes sense, because if I tell it dealing with the folktale, it's gonna actually not make sense. But just to make a long story short, dealing with the Dinka story, IOL became the spearmaster. Through the spearmaster are those whose words actually comes true. And the spirit becomes symbolic in the Dinka's culture. And through the Dinka's culture, you will see through the Dinka's culture, they use the spirit for everything. They use the spirit when you look at the Dinka's rites of passages. Through their rites of passages, you will see them use the spirit to cut vertical lines across the young man's head going into adulthood. You will see the elders. The elders, this spirit becomes a symbol of the elders. Even the young kids at an early age are being taught how to defend off, because again, this technology, when the spirit was created, it was also created to defend themselves or protect themselves. So the youth was able to take this spirit. They was trained with this spirit at an early age to protect their cattle, or protect their cattle from the wild beasts, because at a young age, as a Dinka, these Dinkas, before they become an adulthood, they would actually rope the cattle, they would actually milk the cattle, and they would actually do dung. And then at a certain particular time of the year, the dry season, the children or the males will be off on account by their own tending to the cattle. So this is the reason why they was learned and skilled in the spirit and protecting the spirit. Again, the spirit was also used, like I said, as a honorary tool for the elders. And then at a particular year, piercing, they would use the spirit to do certain things with the tooth or file the tooth. They would use the spirit. So the spirit became implemented in all of the Dinka's culture. And again, the Dinka, matter of fact, I'm gonna read something what made me understand, and then I'll digress real quick.
Hey, Brother Kofi, if before you read that, can I let whoever, it's only two people with their mics on, and that's well, the people who know who their mics on. So whoever has something they're watching, I don't know, the Big Bang Theory in the background or whatever, could you please, The Price is Right, turn off your television.
My wife had it on.
Oh, okay.
Turn it off. I'm right here by the TV.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Okay, let me do this. And I'm just.
See, I was gonna blame it on you, Unc.
I know you was.
Yeah, he'll normally be hollering and laughing and talking to somebody in the background.
I didn't want to put you out there, Unc. I didn't know it was the Queen. So I you know, Unc, I thought it was you, but you are falsely accused in my mind. All right, go ahead, Brother Kofi. And then we're going to have some other members of the Kofi Paisai research team if they want to briefly tell us about the journey that it took to getting this book out. But go ahead, Brother Kofi.
Okay, so it says the Spirit Master were those who follow the straight path. And just with that, we try to do the same thing. We try to follow the straight path. We try to give as much as accurate and sound information as possible. It says walk direct. We also does that same thing by exhibiting good character and trying to teach and trying to treat everybody with respect. It says and taught others lessons, and that's all the things that we're trying to do too. We also trying to teach these beautiful lessons about Kimoyo. That's a plug too, but these beautiful lessons about Kimoyo. Kimoyo is African, what some may call African spirituality or African tradition. I believe if we learn about those things that our ancestors did, those things are beautiful lessons. So we're trying to bring those lessons to the forefront to inform the people of how beautiful our culture was and some of the things that we actually can take that actually can make us a better person. And one thing that is character, building good character. Yes, so it is. Those are some of the character traits that I think that we resemble when we're talking about the Spirit Masters. But I'll digress, and if Sean and I got Chavis in here, I'll let Chavis and them get on, man. But hope I shook back because I was kind of messing the story up, but then I just kind of made
it. Came back strong, Brother Kofi. You came back strong.
Yeah.
That's my man. I see my man back there. That's my man right there.
I didn't come back strong. I didn't come back strong.
You came back strong, Kofi.
Yeah, you could tell it's crazy. All the shows we do, and this year I'm so nervous. I'm nervous as I don't know what, man. I am super nervous. But
you're nervous. We've been doing this for 3 to 5 years. Wow.
Like it's his first book.
Nervousness is energy. Nervousness is energy. Wait, now here comes my man right here. Brother Chavis, talk to me, King. Tell me a little bit about the journey that it took for you and your participation to bring this book to the people.
For me, well, to even be a part of...
Well, introduce yourself real quick and go ahead, because it still says Kofi Paisai on the screen.
Chavis, Brother Chavis McCray. I'm from Houston. And, I go to online school for health, health science. And I took a whole bunch of Coursera courses and have a bunch of interests, but specifically everything African centered and, trying to advance the people. So as far as me and how I even had to get a part of this, I had to write 3 essays even to even be a part. I had to do 3 essays, 3 presentations. And, what I just utilized was a lot of the stuff that I learned through reading a lot of some of the brothers on the panel work, these brothers work, and stuff I learned just along the way, just in life. I have a lot of different interests and try to stay versatile, but I had to do those presentations, and I basically just a lot of reading and a lot of comparative research and just different analysis of different topics. Specifically, I took the interest of the linguistic phenomenon that we call African American Vernacular English and code switching. I won't get too much into it, but that's one of my surveys. And then the other one focuses more on just religious belief. And with that one, I'm going to expand and try to elaborate further on what's already in there, because it was just so much I learned throughout the years that I didn't want to really fill up the whole book, because they was already like, man, you got a lot of pages that I was trying to hold back, you know what I'm saying? So I got to expand on that. I'll try to get that done by November, but that's what it took for me for this whole process. And it's just been a process that let me know I can do a lot better than what I've been doing in my life, and it just gave me a purpose. And I appreciate these brothers just for even giving me the opportunity and everybody on the panel.
Hey, well, brother, we appreciate you and all the things you bring to the community. I personally appreciate, the time that you showed up, and you showed up for me and helped me out. So much love and respect to you for that. Do we have brother Sean? I know we have Sean back there in the background. So if Sean wants to step to the mic and briefly, y'all gonna hear me say that all day, because I know we got some brothers on here who can get down, and I saw y'all get down for like a whole day, and I mean a whole solar day. So yeah, brother Sean, introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about the journey to bring this book to the people.
My name is Sean. I am the habitual scribe in the sense of the word. My little process through this book, our process through this book, it didn't take as much time as the other projects, because we've grown together in a format. We work with it and we stick to it, and we try to develop it and make it better. But of course, my interest in this text is similar to previous texts. I go into West Africa, and this time I wanted to tell a story about Ali Burr, Sheikh Ali Burr. And I'm not going to say his regular name or what other people may know him as. I want to leave it like that, because I want people to know what they actually called this man before they called him something else. So when you deal with Ali Burr, the Sheikh, you're going to learn a lot about what he had to deal with in his time, why I'm telling you the story, and the journey that it takes you through in coming to the end of his reign. Because he was a fierce leader. He ruled with basically not only an iron fist, but pretty much the spear in a sense. He didn't let religion dictate the way that he wanted, that he foreseen the kingdom or the spread of the kingdom to be. So it get pretty interesting. There's some cool things that's written about him by people who were outsiders, so external sources. You never hear the internal sources talk about this man the way that the external sources do, with the foreigners. So I think it was interesting to bring that to the people. As far as, that goes, as far as the overall book, I think that like Javis said, it's a process, cross-referencing, checking sources, dealing with primaries, digging up other stuff, all that methodological work that goes into actually doing it, your literature reviews, your comparative work, just sticking to a method and following that and demonstrating that method throughout the work. Like I said, we have esteemed people on the panel with us today who's been demonstrating that for years, and will continue to demonstrate that. And so we try to follow in the lead of, like, Panther, and we have also, Mkmz and Asar Imhotep. So there's a standard that needs to be met every time that we actually put our heads together to even put forth work. And we know we can't half-ass it in a sense. And we need to make sure that our people can learn from whatever we're learning from. This is what Kobe says, as I learn, we all learn, but that's pretty much it.
All right, appreciate you, Sean. If we have any other members from the Kofi Pi-Side research team that wanted to speak briefly about the journey. I know we have Suetek and we have T'Challa. If any of those two brothers wants to step up real quick and just give us a.
What the hell, Suetek?
And Suetek. Okay. Who do we have?
We all in here.
Okay, we got everybody. The whole gang is here. All right, so who wants to jump in there now and speak a little bit about the process of the journey, your personal journey to get this book out?
Yeah, it's a tap. I'll go ahead and
All right, you
talk
go,
about
Step, because Step, it came up the other day. It's like the 1 year anniversary. You coming at me on those bars.
it.
I saw
See,
it the
that's
other
the
day.
thing, though. That's the thing. If you was listening, I wasn't coming at you. Like, so what I thought was going on was everybody was just, kicking a verse. Like, I thought it was you kick a verse, Kofi kick a verse, I kick a verse. So, but I guess you thought we was coming at you.
Oh no!
I
Wait a
don't
minute!
know.
No, Kofi was coming at me. That's how it got started. He came, and then you tried to take up the slack. But yeah, I went back
Yeah,
and
but
listened to your bars. I didn't mean
yeah,
to
you're
come
gonna
back
have to
at
go
you.
back and listen to what I was saying.
I saw it the other day, Satep. But go ahead. We'll settle this. We'll settle this later.
All
Kofi
right, so
started that whole thing. But go ahead, bro.
yeah, so this process on volume 4 was actually the hardest volume. And I say that because my journey has kind of derailed history and went more into the finance. So I was actually writing about something different. And then we was all talking like a month before the project was due. And we was elaborating on what we writing on. And I was kind of talking about what Kofi was talking. And me and Kofi always do this too. So, I kind of shifted what I was writing about in the fourth quarter. So this process was actually a little tough for me. So I actually elaborated on some things that I wasn't able to discuss in volume 3. I kind of did an extended version of it. So yeah, this process was a little tough for me because the other volumes, I was laser focused on the project at hand. But like I said, my path is kind of deferred and kind of went in a different path versus history. I mean, I'm studying more economics and being financially literate, So yeah, this one was kind of tough for me, Chill. I ain't gonna lie. This one was tough for me, man.
Hey, I look forward to reading your portion of it, and I know it's gonna be something that gets that information out, and it's gonna be beneficial to the people. So we have Brother Suetek, and we're still on schedule right now. So Brother Suetek, Brother T'Challa want to jump in and just give us the information and kind of describe this journey for them.
I don't know if Suetek busy, but I'll go ahead. I'll be brief. Peace, everybody.
You know your brother at the stove.
Yeah, man. Peace to everybody. This is a real important part of my journey in my life right now to be co-authoring these works. Going through some major transitions and from Kofi sending me this very computer that I'm on to be able to talk to y'all, to just everything else in life that I have to go through just to survive, out here in this windy city, in Chirac, as they call it. Writing these books definitely help give me purpose. Sit down somewhere and don't go upside somebody's head, It's out here with boots on the ground, educating these babies with how to play these drums, where we come from, what we do as a people, sing, dance, write, because literacy is definitely an African thing. We need to understand that being educated in this world is what it takes to win. Me and Suetek was just building on finances and being financially literate. So, this project is definitely, it was some shifts going on in the group, in our lives. But we was gonna make it happen because, as Sean said, we got a standard to live up to. And for me personally, this journey it's been interesting. I wrote on the different styles of spears. There's 6 styles of spear play focused in, Northern Shaolin arts. And I kind of wrote on a few of those styles. Liu Hei spear, this spear, that spear. I ain't gonna give it all away, but I definitely dibble and dabble. And I use these training methods for my personal workouts to stay in shape, to be able to play these drums for hours on end, and to be able to keep the mind, body, and soul sharp, as they say. keep everything aligned, however you want to take that. You know, I'll debate linguistically over the word soul with some other brothers later. You know, we ain't gonna get into that. But y'all know what I mean when it comes to health is wealth. So we got to make sure that our physical body is matching this intellectual standard that we're meeting, to stay in shape, to be able to be alive for our babies, for our families, for our wives, for our brothers. Oh, hold on, Suetek. Suetek wanna play today.
Challenge you to the gun
You
show.
wanna play today, Suetek. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get on my camera. Let me get my camera right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We about that, man. We gonna stay in shape.
We in
baby.
there.
We gonna stay in shape.
But it's definitely part of the video off my thing, get the lagging, and now go ahead and pass the mic. But it's definitely what I do daily. So, you know, in volume 3, I gave a bit of a workout plan, and in this volume, I gave a workout plan. If you check me out, you can follow them, and I look forward to feedback to see if anybody dares to try to attempt the workouts that I'm putting in there, because it definitely helps. And with that said, I'll go ahead and pass the mic.
We appreciate you, brother. Is Brother Suetek on the line? Do we have Brother Suetek here with us?
Yeah, I'm present.
All right, Brother Suetek, let the people know who you are and give us a little bit of information about your journey to bringing this book to life.
Well, I am Brother Suetek, Akande Yana Olawa. I got to Kofi Pasai TV or Kofi Pasai research team first I started off watching, you know, like the regular average conscious community stuff like Sinetta. That was mainly the top person. But from Sinetta, I got to Black Panther and Brother Unc, the two esteemed brothers that's on the panel. I noticed their approach was different than a lot of the other brothers that was on these conscious community platforms. I took an interest in it because once you come across proper research and proper research methodology, it's hard to go back. It's hard to go back to memes. It's hard to go back to people just talking, making up stuff as they go, when you have been introduced to proper research and proper research methodology. So I took a liking to the Amara Squad, Brother Unc, Brother Ben, Brother Panther. From there, I went to the Masi Warrior Clan. I checked out a video, a presentation from Brother Panther. It was a serpent presentation, and that serpent presentation, man, that hit me hard. And it was dope because how he reinvented, not necessarily reinvented, but how he brought to light how the serpent and other reptiles were revered in African culture, specifically a lot of West African cultures. So that took me to the Masi. The Masi took me to West Africa. And from there, I've been a fan of West African and Central African culture hard. From the Masi Warrior Clan, I would see Kofi and Sean posting presentations all the time, every Sunday. And this dude, Kofi, was just going hard. Not only was he going on Masi Warrior Clan presenting, he was going on his own channel and presenting too. So, you know, I guess he saw me and saw the information I was putting forth on social media platforms. And he asked me if I want to get down. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan. This is dope. And this has been my family ever since, man. It's more than a group, man. It's a family. We speak to each other literally every single day. These are my brothers. We have helped each other get through hard times, tough times. This is literally a family. So volume 3, I didn't really get to go as hard as I wanted to. I had a loss of a parent, and that was kind of affecting me. And I wasn't really feeling it. So Kofi and the rest of the brothers Like, they got me back on track. They got my head back in the game. And because I was not about to be a part of volume 3, so at the very last minute, Kofi was like, just put a couple pages together. So, that's how I ended up being in volume 3. And that's why my volume 3 chapter is so short and brief. So volume 4, I wanted to come back and try to go harder to make up for the lack in volume 3. We keeping it on the same point of reference with West Africa, with me at least. And I will be discussing in my chapter Song High and their fall. How did they fall to the hands of the Moroccans? That's about all I'm gonna say. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, with the spear, I kind of went a different way. I wanted to show that the spear was excellent, was an excellent technological warfare advancement at the time, at its time. But at a certain time, we as African people, as African descendants, have to advance not only scientifically, but technologically as well. And I show the reasons why we have to advance technologically. We have to, like I said, the spear was good for its time. But when somebody come with guns and you got spears, you can't come to a gunfight with a spear. You know what I'm saying? So we as African people can't be stuck in the past and be stuck in these traditions. We have to take what's good for us and what could still be used for us today and advance the other things that can't. So that's what my chapter in volume 4 is going to be about. You will see Song High and its fall, what happened, why did they fall, and who did they fall to.
All right, my brother Suetek, we look forward to seeing that chapter. We do, again, we're here for the release of Spear Masters, Volume 4, Historical Survey of the Minds of the African Warrior Scholars. And it is my, yes.
But you can move forward, but can you read, because I want people to have an understanding. They never read. Can you read on page, it's short. Can you read what the elder Spear Masters is talking on page 3. It's short because and I'm asking you to read that because everybody, we have a subtitle for each book. Spears of the Mossy, a historical survey in the minds of African warrior scholars. From Spears to Pen, a historical survey in the minds of African warrior scholars. Spiritual Combat, a historical survey in the minds of African warrior scholars. And this Spear Masters, a historical survey. So people is missing a subtitle, and sometimes people get confused when they get the book, and then when they hit me up and I explain it, and they be like, "Oh, okay, now I get it."
Right. All right. So page 3.
Yeah, where you see the elder Spear Masters at.
Where it says we.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. It says we, the Spear Masters, would like to welcome you to Kofi Pi-Sci Research Team 4th volume. And by the end of this publication, we hope you, the reader, knows who the Dinka are and how they are important to spear our livestock and our will to fight for our survival. We also hope each survey you read is a valuable lesson and something you can take, share, and possibly apply. We, the Spear Masters, would like the reader to pay attention to the full title of this publication, which is Spear Masters, a historical survey of the minds of African warrior scholars, Volume 4. The subtitle is what people tend to miss, meaning that these are surveys in the minds of African warrior scholars. A survey is a research method to collect data from the predefined group of respondents to gain information and insight into the various topics of interest. How'd I do, Brother Kofi?
You messed it up, one of the lines.
My God, I was about to brag on my reading skills.
But no, yeah, but I just wanted you to read that real quick because the word survey, it escapes people's mind, or they don't read the subtitle to the book, and then like a lot of times we may not be on the same the same thing. The survey, that's why we didn't, this book, it's not a chapter, we got surveys. So for now, it's gonna be surveyed to the chapters, but even with those, it was surveyed. So people will be thinking that we along the lines of when you read a book, it's along the lines of one thing that is flowing, but these are various topics, so these are various surveys from each individual that's a part of the group. So I just wanted to make sure when I put that in there to make sure that people understand exactly what these volumes are.
All right, my brother. Hey, Unc, I want you to know, when he asked me to read that, I was going to be real fly because my reading skills are tip top. And then when I read it, he said, you messed up. See how they do us, Unc?
That's how they do us, man. But I ain't mad at them, though.
All right, anyway. All right, brother. Well, we gotta move along to our next special speaker. Everybody here knows this brother. He is an author of many books, and actually, you see one of his books right behind me, Lose Your Volume 2. So if we can get brother Asar Imhotep, is brother Asar in the building? I see his box. Brother Asar, you here?
In the spirit.
All right. So brother Asar Imhotep, I got a chance to briefly meet that brother when we were in Harlem, and every time I try to get down on one of his shows, he disinvites me, but that's we good on that. I'm just kidding with you.
That is brother. Fabrications of the highest
order. Okay.
Young Pharaohist order.
Oh my God. Okay, not that. We're not gonna do that. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna let brother Asar Imhotep go ahead and brief introduce yourself and let the people know why you are here to celebrate the release of this book, the newest volume.
Well, peace and blessings, family. This is your brother Asar Imhotep, and I self-titled myself, if I could say that, I self-titled myself as an ancestral memory recovery specialist. And I do that in the form of text, and I am here to celebrate the growth and development and the passion and love for African people from Brother Kofi and the entire Kofi Pasai research team. So yeah, that's my intro. You put yourself on mute.
That was Kofi that did that to me. No, that was me. I did. Brother, if you please just want to give us a little information about the importance of what these brothers are doing and why is it necessary to our community.
Indeed. Well, if I don't know if the permissions were given, but I would like to share my screen. So the host has disabled because you don't want y'all randomly sharing.
So how do I undisable it? How do I undisable it?
Let me see, because
Let Sean do it. Sean know how to do it.
All right. What you trying to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sean in control.
I don't do Zoom.
In other words, we got no fake.
Say that sharing is disabled. He can't share his screen.
Yo, you use Zoom, Asar? Stop trying to save $5, man.
Yeah, no. If whoever's on Kofi's computer, go if they can hit share because I could.
I got it.
All right.
Hold up. Sean got it. Go ahead, Asar.
All righty, there we go. I appreciate you. So y'all can see my screen at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share a few slides. I'm not going to do my normal 3-hour presentation. But I labeled this the importance of the scribe. And so I want to kind of put this in context. The reason why the writings of the members of the panel and just us as intellectuals is very important. So I hope this puts this in context. So what you see on the screen is just an ancient. Somebody got their background. Is that all right? It's just uh, a wooden carvings of some ancient Egyptian scribes. And so first and foremost, writing is one of the utmost African expressions and technologies. And for us to be involved in these projects, you know, we're continuing an African legacy. And that is having the ability to teach into the future, to teach for posterity. And so what I want to also highlight here is because, you know, what sometimes you can be labeled as uppity for wanting to read and write and to talk about intellectual matters. And when you engage in such activities, oftentimes you're labeled as a European. This is what Europeans do, because for some reason they think all Africans do is just hop and dance and play drums, and intuit and the spirit comes and takes over, and that's all there is to African people and African culture. Well, I scribed a portion of a lecture from the late Dr. Amos Wilson that you can find on YouTube, and I'll just read his words. And so I want to lead off with this, and then go into the ancient. So this was from 1994. Dr. Wilson says, "We have been blessed then with the capacity to think and to reason and to analyze and to deduce and to induct and abstract and conceptualize. That is as African, that is as African as anything else we do. It is not a European form of thought. This kind of thing does not belong to white folk," if you can imagine his voice. "It is a gift to African people as well. I don't care how Afrocentric somebody is. Don't let them come in here and tell you that to think analytically, to think abstractly and objectively is European and Eurocentric. It's not the mode of thinking that counts. It's for what you use the thinking that counts. There's no sin in thinking abstractly. There's no sin in thinking conceptually. There's no sin in thinking objectively. The sin is in what you're using this stuff to achieve. If using it to damage African people, if you're using it to maintain the oppression of African people, then you're misusing it. And if you're not using it such that it maintains the oppression by white people, then you're also sinning. I don't care how spiritual you feel, okay? Because we are about more than spirituality. What is spirituality anyway? And I think this is an important thought to digest here, because again, he's addressing this notion that African folks are just spiritual, and that they're always just simply concerned with so-called spiritual matters and not understanding the intellectual, abstract thinking, critical thinking aspect of African people. And they want to label that aspect of our culture and our thinking as Eurocentric. And that is far from the case. And we will demonstrate that in just a moment. And so another reason why this text and other texts written by members of this esteemed panel is important is because it is keeping within the tradition of the Independent African Academy. And I've introduced this text before, and I'll reintroduce it here. And this is from one of my formal, informal teachers, Dr. Ahati N. Torre, who was teaching at the University of Houston while I was there, way back in the early, the beginning of the 2000s, for the 99 and 2000s, for the juvenile fans out there. He wrote a text called John Henry Clark and the Power of Africana History, Africological Quest for Decolonization and Sovereignty. And so he gives the characteristics of what we call this Independent African Academy. And he broke it down in the terms of research methodology. I won't read it all. Y'all can revisit this and pause and write down these aspects. He talked about the pedagogical methodology. He talked about the theoretical assumptions of the Independent African Academy. And then lastly, he talked about the publication mandate. And so if you go back to each one of these characteristics here, and then sum it up with this last one here, the publication mandate. He's stating that research publication distributed through African-controlled vehicles accessible to African audiences. And so with the concern of research methodology, of pedagogy in terms of teaching, and I forgot the other one, that was, in the theoretical assumptions and frameworks, all of that accumulates into publications. And that you're writing about African people for African people. And so you're speaking in the language of African people so that they can find useful and creative ways to solve their problems and to better understand themselves. And so this is one of the reasons that this is so important. And so what I want to do right now is just cite two ancient Egyptian source materials on the importance of the scribe, the writer, the intellectual, and they kind of putting into context this very importance. And I don't believe that what they're saying here has changed in over 5,000 years of continuous writing. So the first citation is going to come from the instructions of Keti, and where the writer's profession is proselytized by the King Keti to his son Pepi. So I don't know if this is King Keti on the left, but trying to find a picture of Keti at last minute was a daunting task. So these are just scribes. This is not, I don't believe this is Keti, but you can see by the nature of their hair, well, these are African folks, these are Black folks, and you can't fully see this, but he's writing. This is a writing tool, on the ground here. And so he's proselytizing now. So not to say that the other professions that he mentions here are not valuable, but when you are of a particular profession and you want your son to adopt your profession, you big up your profession like no other. And this is exactly what this father is doing to his son. So he states to Pepi, I would like to make you love books more than your mother. First, we got to stop right there, because African people love their mother more than Jesus, more than God, sometimes more than sex. Moms is everything. And so for him to just come out and just disrespect his mama like this shows you how important the scribal arts was for King Keti here. I would like to make you love books more than your mother. Love knowledge, love information. and to make sure that the excellence of books permeates your being. To be a scribe, that really is the greatest profession of all. There is nothing at all like it in the country. The future scribe, even while a child just beginning to grow up, is already greeted with respect. He gets sent as a bearer of messages. The errand done, he does not go back to wearing the laborer's loincloth. The mason at his building trade, he is always exposed to the wind. While he builds, he wears simple cloth, his arms immersed in clay. All his clothes are smudged with dirt. He has to heat his bread with unclean fingers. So you can, in modern times, you can substitute that with a car mechanic, a construction worker, you know, and then of course, just a mason, a brick mason, you know, all those particular professions. See, there is no profession without a boss except the scribes, because the scribe is his own boss. And you got to say boss like boss, you know, with that Southern twang to it, because you're not a boss until you're a boss. So if you can write, all will go well indeed for you. Focus on no other profession. Even a single day at school is time useful spent. And what is achieved there, like the mountains, last forever. So what he, besides the general proselytization of the profession itself, what he's trying to get at is that your work lasts very long for generations, as long as, of course, the books are present, and that your impact is long lasting. And so this leads us to the next text, which is a New Kingdom text. And both of these were cited in Dr. Teofilo Benga's African philosophy text from 2004. And so you see the page numbers at the bottom of each. So those of you who have Dr. Obenga's text. So he says, the wise scribes from the time following the age of the gods, those whose prophecies came true, their names remain for eternity. Their names are mentioned because of the books they wrote in their lifetimes. The memory of those who wrote them remains beautiful for all eternity. Become a scribe. Fix this plan in your heart so that the same might happen to your name. A book is more precious than a painted stele, more valuable than a wall covered with inscriptions. A book erects mansions and pyramids in the hearts of those who pronounce the author's names. Truly, a name in the mouths of men is an asset in the city of the departed. And so, you know, the last part of that speaks to the notion that when you speak someone's name, you help them to live in the ancestral world. And there are a number of Egyptian texts which reinforce that concept, which I won't read here. But one way to keep your name alive is to write text, to provide value through text for generations that impacts the lives of people, that strengthens the community, that makes them see themselves as valuable and instructs them on ways to make themselves more valuable to the community and future generations. This is how you live on in the ancestral world through the books. And so if you kind of juxtapose all of these slides that I mentioned together, you will get a sense of the tradition in which we are involved in as scribes, as researchers, as storytellers and messengers of the ancestors and messengers of the children yet to be. And so it is important that we don't take this work lightly, that you got to understand that when when you write text, your name is associated with that information. And you want to make sure that your name is spoken of with the greats. And that implies you providing value, you providing new insights in ways of being that celebrate and help us to understand, to unveil the life's beauties, to help us to I'll use the words of forgot his name off of it, but the 1001 challenge, how to hover over the 1001 challenges of life. Dr. Kaikosa Kajangu, that's what I was thinking of. So does the work help us to celebrate life's beauties, and does the work help us to hurdle over life's 1001 challenges? What do we know more about ourselves and our history and our place and our mission? But most importantly, as always, with all things that we do, the work that we do must always answer these 4 questions. Who am I? Where did I come from? What is my purpose? And what must I do to fulfill that purpose? And so it's within that context that these brothers are on their way and letting they're setting up the foundation for their name to be spoken of for eternity, not only in these YouTube streets, but in the community and in the ancestral world to come. So with that said, I end my commentary and presentation.
Brother Saram Hotep, bringing that fire as usual. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for taking your time to share that information with us. Right now, I'd like to ask Brother Chavez, we're going to ask him to read a paragraph. If I'm giving him time to get ready right now, this is on the agenda, to read a paragraph from one of his surveys that we have formerly known as chapters. So if Brother Chavez can grab the book, quickly select a survey and a paragraph to read. There we go. We on it over there. Team research team. That's what they call it, a team.
All right.
Man, y'all at the 4 Seasons or something, but okay. Y'all balling like that. All right, you ready, brother? You have the chapter you wanna share with us.
On page 105, and just gonna start from the survey titled AAV and Code Switching, Products of Influence of Acculturation and Assimilation by Chavez, Tep, Hesed, Awu, McCray. And I'm going to 105 and start where it says, but because dominant culture is white, whiteness has been baked into institutions as natural, normal, and legitimate. So there's much more incentive for people of color to code switch, to adapt to the dominant culture, to improve their prospects. White people rarely, if ever, feel this same pressure in their daily lives. And I cite Warren C. 2018. The first thing that needs to be done is to define the terms of play, to fully comprehend the concept of code switching, to form an even greater grasp using one more source directly dealing with the subject, which says code switching. Also, code switching, CS, is the practice of moving back and forth between 2 languages or between 2 dialects or registers of the same language at one time. Code switching occurs far more often in conversation than in writing. It is also called code mixing and style shifting. It is studied by linguists to examine when people do it, such as under what circumstances do bilingual speakers switch from one to another, and it is studied by sociologists to determine why people do it, such as how it relates to their belonging to a group or the surrounding context of the conversation, casual, professional, etc. Want to keep going or stop right there?
No, I think we're good, and we're moving along, and we're right on time. As a matter of fact, if we have, because it's in the schedule, if Brother T'Challa has a paragraph that he wants to read, if he wants to get prepared to do so, that's next on the agenda. If he is prepared to grab his book, open it up.
I don't have I got a copy, but I don't have it like right in front of me. I'm
All right,
kind
that's
of in
all
the
right,
middle of
brother.
it.
We can keep it moving, and we I could read one of your chapters, but no, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna move to the next speaker. Oh my goodness, the next speaker is I mean, for a reason he's held in high regards. Anytime you hear any members of the Kofi Pi research team, the Masu Warriors, you know, they always give credit where credit is due to this brother who has been a mentor to all of them. I want to bring the Panther, Brother Ben and Jai, if you can unmute your mic. And okay, make sure we have him in the house. Brother Ben.
I am here.
All right, sir. I'm going to give you the mic. Please introduce yourself to everybody that knows who you are. And just give us some information, some words about the celebration of the release of this book of Volume 4, anything that you have in your spirit that you want to talk about. And let us know about the importance of what these brothers are doing.
It's been a long time amongst brothers that someone actually said my name right. So
Hey, Ben, I had to make up for when I thought I killed my reading of the chapter, and he said, "No, chill, you messed it up." So I had to make sure that I came back strong.
You are all right in my book.
My brother.
That usually does not happen, even amongst people that have known me over half a decade. But other people just seem to butcher my last name all the time.
I got you, bro.
Thank you for that. As always, Alafia, Amandala, Abibi Fukurie. This publication was unexpected. I didn't know these brothers was working on that, but I'm always happy to hear that brothers are writing because of what Asar Imhotep presented on earlier. And I always echo his sentiments about becoming immortal, becoming amongst the greats. Long after we're gone, they can communicate with us and see what we thought about certain topics. So that's always a great thing when brothers are working on writing. There are a lot of people that do a lot of talking, and they talk. Some people talk for a living. They talk on social media for a living. But the real work, as far as scholarship, begins when you put it in literary form, in my humble opinion. So, being that I didn't know that they were working on this book, I didn't. I had to familiarize myself through the title, and I saw that they drew inspiration from the Dinka tribe of Sudan. So I said, "Oh, that's kind of cool." So it made me do more research into, what connection was the spear to these Dinka people in Sudan. And I learned that they had a term called spearmaster. So I saw the correlation right away. And as Kofi said earlier, it's basically those who learn the lessons, of good and evil, and is represented in the use of the spear. The Dinka of Sudan say that long ago they were dances held by lions, and a man that was dancing with a lion, when a lion looked at him and demanded that he give him his bracelet, the man refused to give his bracelet to the lion. Whereupon the lion bit his thumb completely off. The man bled to death. The man had left a wife and daughter behind, but they had no son. And so the widow went weeping to the river. The river spirit heard her and asked her what was wrong. She told her the story of the misfortune that occurred. The river spirit told her, lift her skirt and brush the waves towards you so that they may enter your body. The spirit gave her a spear and told her that the spear was a symbol of her bearing a male child. He also gave her a fish for food and told her to go home and relax. She did that. The woman went home, but soon after she bore a son named Iwell. Iwell was born with a full set of teeth, and he was born with how they describe it in the story as unusual powers. So as an infant, he was sleeping on the floor. When his mother came back into the room, she noticed that a gourd of milk had been drunk. Not believing that it could have been an infant, she accused her daughter of stealing the milk, and she punished her daughter. Like, oh, you taking milk from your sibling. But the same thing happened over and over, even when the daughter was not around. So the mother was quite disturbed by this situation. She soon became suspicious. So she would hide to see if her infant was taking the milk. And to her surprise, baby Iwell got up from the floor and was drinking the milk. When she caught him, he told her not to tell anybody or she would die. She could not keep the secret to herself. You know how we are sometimes. And unceremoniously, she died. He had begun to develop what we call in the Yoruba culture, afoshe, which is the power of the tongue, the power of speech, the power of the spear masters to make his words become true. In this story, the Dinka people of Sudan, Iwell is like a founder. He's the founder of a priesthood. This priesthood is known as the spear masters. He was a son of a water spirit and a mother. Remember, the water spirit birthed him basically by telling his mother she would have a child. So he is known to be a son of a water spirit and, his mother. And he went to live with a man by the river. He became a man. He returned to his mother's village with all the confidence and this multicolored ox and this all this power and swagger, right? But because of who he was, he entered the cosmology of the Dinka people. He was revered. He was an important figure. He was representative of so many male attitudes of power, great values. And the dispositions in the Dinka philosophy, some would almost say that they measure up to other humans by the characteristics of this person named Iwell, and they gave him the last name of Longar. Well, when he came back to his mother's village, it was a terrible drought, no rains. They couldn't grow crops for food. There was little grass. Thousands of cattle died. Iwell, he was bothered by this. So he went to the people who remained in the village and told them that they should follow him to a new land. If they remained in their village, they would die. He got great confidence and increased, his confidence had increased to a point that he spoke directly to the elders. The elders said, when he said to the elders that they would have water, grass, animals, everything they needed if they followed him to the new land. And although he had traveled where others had never gone, it was difficult for him to convince them of something they had never seen. Many people did not believe Iwell. They refused to leave the village. They spoke against his plan. Iwell decided that he had to leave, so he began, his journey. Those individuals that spoke against him, he had to leave them where they were. But there were people that trusted his word, so they went with him. So of the people who had challenged him, soon decided that they would follow Iwell. So there were a bunch of people going back and forth. Iwell became angry at those that challenged him. So when they reached the river, he killed several of them. He tied them to the cross river to join them. The people that said, "We want to go with you," begged him, "Don't punish all of us, Iwell." They persuaded that all the people had not objected his plan, and after the leaders of the revolt against his idea had been killed, Iwell relented and almost most of the people to join his group came willingly. He gave all those men spears, and they became a part of the sacred priesthood and the Spearmaster clan. So that's the story that Brother Kofi was alluding to earlier of the Spearmasters of the Dinka tradition, and that is the tale of how they came to be as a priesthood. And there's a lot of things you can pick out of that story, but one thing that stands out to me is be powerful and be strong in your convictions, because when you do so, you gain confidence. And when you have confidence, you gain power, and power in the hands of people with intelligence and fortitude is very, very important. It's very important. I want to ask Brother Kofi something. Brother Kofi, you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
What day were you born on?
July the 29th.
Is that a Friday?
No, sir. I mean, yes, sir. I'm tripping. I'm tired. Yes, sir.
I thought it was a Friday.
Yeah, I was born on a Friday. I was born at 8 o'clock on a Friday morning.
So in the Dinka tradition, the children, they say the children of the spear are born on Fridays. They are called Atoa Poma, which means born on a Friday and tenacious with a spear. So you're right where you need to be, brother. There's no secret. I mean, there's no coincidence that you named these books, or y'all collectively named the books, which y'all named them. The spear is a great metaphor for not only life, but overcoming oppositions. The spear is technology. The spear is sharp. The spear is accurate. You must be accurate with the spear. You can't be, careless with the spear, because it can help you, but it can also hurt you. You can stab yourself with a spear. So take the lessons from the spear, take the lessons from the Dinka people, go forth. You brothers always have my support, always very proud of you. I've already ordered the book. It should be coming here soon. So that's all I got to say, man. Always proud of you, brothers. Keep doing great work.
All right, we appreciate you, brother. And what we just saw that brother break down, oftentimes before the written language, even during the written language, we had that. We had that type of storytelling to share information, and it's powerful. It was powerful then. It's still powerful now. And it is definitely something that we need to continue in that art. So yes, indeed. And again, we thank Brother Ben, especially for his leadership and his mentorship, specifically to the Kofi Pi research team, the Masi Warrior Clan. It's a reason why we always hear those brothers salute you, and I salute you as well. And now we have the person actually that needs no introduction, Brother Ankh. Brother Ankh is an inspiration to an entire community. He's whether he understands it or not, he's given birth to a new realm of brothers and a new community. The way we do things, the way we think, the way we talk, the way we research information. He is. I mean, I'm sure he will not. He'll tell you that he didn't do this alone, but he's on the poster for it. So we like to bring Brother Ankh, a brother who I've had the opportunity to converse with now. Just from seeing this brother out giving that information and even being influential to how I gather information and utilize it and spread it and I probably have the same story as a lot of these other brothers. He has changed the way that we spread information, the way we communicate with each other, the way that we back up what we say. He brought a whole new understanding to how we do research methodology in this format. So I like to bring Brother Ankh, probably no need to introduce yourself, but please do. And just give us some words on, I mean, how proud you are of these brothers. And it just as Panther, they salute you every chance they get. And let us know, why it is just so important about what these brothers are doing and contribute to this community, to this family. Brother Ankh, the floor is yours.
You know what they say, you can't keep it unless you give it away. And I hope the brothers understand that statement right there. If you're selfish and try to be the man, you're going to be the old man by your damn self. So I just want them brothers to, to know that. I like to, when growing up, it was a saying that always went through. There's no such thing as luck. Okay, preparation and opportunity. So I was always preparing for these types of moments right here. And so when I ran across certain people, I knew who the hell I was looking for. I knew what the character I was looking for. I knew what type of moxie they need to have because I knew what type of shit I was going to get us into. So I needed weapons, and I needed weapons fast. I needed brothers that were sharp. I needed brothers that understood what it was growing up. I needed brothers that didn't grow up with spoons in their mouth, with those silver spoons in their mouth. And so I ran across the brothers in the Amara squad. I didn't pick them, they picked me. Out of trying to help me because I was always fighting. I saw Hotep, Brother Ngozi, Brother Sanjeti, and Ishmael Allah. Those brothers helped me transition out of the foolishship to legitimate scholarship. And I always tell Asar that Asar had the real homework, but he didn't know how to employ the homework. I say, man, I know how to employ that right there. I know what to do with that. Asar, let me holler at you. What you got? And so now we stand here and now we recognize that groups form groups out of the same moxie, out of the same presence of understanding what it means to be Black in America and what it means to be African. And when those two elements come together, man, you got the Kofi Pasai research team, Marcy Clan warriors, pseudo killers, Amara squad. So these brothers right here, man, they carrying the legacy strong. I like to say, man, it's y'all turn, man. It's y'all turn to further the message. Hell, we can't fight all the fights by ourselves, man. Y'all standing up with the accurate scholarship. That's what hold the community together, is your spears and your scholarship. There's a time to go to war, right? And there's a time to go to war. You know what I'm saying? And we goes to war with that scholarship. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and I'm proud of them brothers, man, for standing strong, for standing with each other, right? And I appreciate that. Can I go into a little something, or we ain't got enough time? What we got?
Oh no, I got us on time, Unc. So you got a little minute. Go ahead.
What I got? I got 10. What Asar had, because Asar here. I want at least what Asar. No, I'm joking. So nothing. So
do your thing, Unc.
We talked about our scholarship, right? But we talking about our spears. So let's get into it. Y'all know how I do, man. Let me screen share. A little something, let me see. Just a little something easy, man, to rock y'all into the place where we need to be at, right? We always about that scholarship. Let me see if I can jump on it proper, like. Real proper, like. I'm gonna start right here for y'all, man. I've been using Scientific American for a while, man. Here you go. December 2012, man. Wow. Right? What makes us human? I'm gonna tell y'all what makes us human. Is our scholarship and our spears. Between 195,000 to 123,000 years ago, the planet was locked in an ice age known as marine isotope stage 6, rendering much of Africa, the African continent, cool and arid, unhospitable for the planet and animals that Homo sapiens ate. Only a few regions could have supported our species. Mainly these with grasslands and Mediterranean scrub vegetations, okay? The southern coast would have been a particular plentiful oasis thanks to the edible bulbs and plants that grow only 3 and dense shellfish beds nourished by the Ogilius current and the Benegula upswelling of the nutrient-rich cold water from the sea bottom. So life is fragile at this particular time. It took understanding the resources for Homo sapiens sapiens to make it. It took certain currents to bring nutrients to make the plants grow. And it took Homo sapiens sapien ready to deal with that. It's these shellfish right here that helped move our ancestors to where they are today. So the planet Earth needs to give thanks to our ancestors. How our ancestors, it says, when the sea saved humanity, humanity was on the brink and the Africans came through. Let me read this piece right here for you. Force of nature. With the joining of projectile weapons, the hyposocial behavior, and a spectacular new kind of creature was born. One whose members formed teams that each operated as a single indomitable predator. No prey, no human foe was safe. The emergence of this strange brew of killers and cooperation may well explain why, when glacial conditions returned, remember I just talked about 160,000 years? But now glacial stages have returned. Now watch this. 74,000 and 60,000 years ago, once again, rendering swaths of Africa inhospitable. Modern human populations did not contract as they had before. In fact, they ended in South Africa, flourishing with a wide diversity of advanced tools. The difference was that this time, modern humans was equipped to respond to any environmental crisis with flexible social connections and technology. They became the alpha predators on land and even and eventually the sea. This ability to master any environment was the key that finally opened the door out of Africa and into the rest of the world. Archaic human groups that could not join together and hurl weapons did not stand a chance against the new breed. Scientists have long debated why our cousins, the Neanderthals, went extinct. I think the most disturbing explanation is also the most likely one. Neanderthals were perceived as a competitor and a threat, and invading modern humans exterminated them. It is what they evolved to do. Right here, you see some of the oldest spears. I get this out of Archaeology Magazine. Analysis of 210 stone tools from the site of Katupan in South Africa shows that people were probably hunting with stone-tipped spears by about 460,000 years ago, roughly 200,000 years earlier than previously believed. Here we have a map of Africa. Follow the map. 200,000 to 160,000 years ago, origin of Homo sapiens and complex cognition in Africa. 160, 120,000 years ago, Homo sapiens learns how to exploit rich coastal resources, elevated terrestrial and conflict, selection of hypersocial behaviors, intergroup tribal cooperation. About 71,000 years, projectile weapons. 70,000 years, modern humans leave Africa. About 45,000 years, arrival in Western Europe, followed by Neanderthal extinction. Arrival in Southern Asia, 55,000 years, followed by extinction of Denisovan. About 45,000 years ago, arrival in Australia, followed by megafauna extinction. About 35,000 years ago, spread into the Arctic. About 14,000 years ago, arrival followed by mega extinction, and arrival in North America. About 13,500 years ago, arrival in South Africa, followed by megafauna extinction. Now you may say, everywhere we go, we kill off everything. The reality of the situation is survival at the highest level was promoted by our African ancestors. We go through trials and tribulations. We are officially at war with an invisible pathogen. Once again, Homo sapiens sapien has risen to the top. I appreciate these brothers and sisters with all the support that they give the community. It's a dream come true. People might not know or respect right now what you're bringing to the community, but the history is written. It's etched in stone. The Kofi Pasi research team name will definitely go down in history as standing on the shoulders of the elders and promoting the ancestors. I appreciate y'all brothers, man. Thank you for doing what you do. All right, chill.
Appreciate it.
My brother Unc, giving them that work, Unc. You know, before y'all came around, they weren't giving them that work like that. It wasn't that same kind of information that they were giving out. And we appreciate you, all the people, your affiliates, your members, the teams, the squads, the crews, for giving us this type of process, to give us this type of information. Now, if I can have Brother Kofi, I do believe that we're going to give away, Kofi, are we giving away some books? How are we doing this? We have some questions for the people that are in the chat, that are watching.
I forgot. I sure forgot about that. Yeah, we giving away.
I'm on schedule, Kofi. I'm going by the schedule, bro.
Go stay on that schedule, yo.
That's right. We have 5 questions. Now, Kofi, the first person to get all this information, to answer these questions, what do they receive?
Hold on, let me turn my back. They'll receive a copy of volume 4, and I did my shirts. Then come in time, they'll get a Spearmaster shirt. The Spearmaster shirt just look just like the book cover. Nice shirt. So they'll win the book and a shirt.
All right, a book and a shirt. So we're gonna. Okay, and what's up to Saber brother Wujao has joined us in the building. So here are the 5 questions. And Kofi's gonna be looking in the chat. You're looking in the chat, Kofi, to see who's gonna answer these questions. All right, question 1. Name all of the members of the Kofi Pi Psi research team. All right, y'all got that one. All the members.
That one is an easy one. That should be an easy one.
Because they are on here today.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at the screen.
Giving up the secrets.
And you know something? I let me stop. I'm finna say something.
Hey, you know you got 3. You got 3 of them in one spot though.
Yeah.
Right at the 4 Seasons.
Right, they at the 4 Seasons, man.
At the presidential suite. All right. So you have the first question. Name all the members of the Kofi Pi Psi research team.
Current members.
Current members. Okay, we got to be specific. Okay.
What the world is going on?
I know Kofi,
Somebody
man.
must have got kicked out.
I know Kofi, man. I know that's what. I'll just go ahead and answer for my brother, man, because I see him over there itching, man. I'm gonna just put it on out there.
All right. They thrown a asterisk in there. The current members. Okay.
We all got former members, whether you're Kofi's team, mine, Armin Ron Squad.
Hey, you might throw in some extra members and get extra points. But the way Kofi gave it information, it says name all the members of the Kofi Pi Psi research team. Question 2. What is the name of Brother Suetek's YouTube channel?
Do I get the answer and win some shirt?
Hey, you got to talk to Kofi, but I don't think so. All right.
You good, Panther. We got you.
What is the name of Suetek's YouTube channel? That's question 2. All right. Dosha, let's win this one for Cleveland, Dosha. Get that information in there. And we go get the stuff away on our stuff. But anyhow, number 3. Name the first 3 volumes of the Kofi Pi Psi research team. The 3rd volume, myself and LaDosha did the forward. And that's the one volume I don't even have. I got all 3. I got the other 3.
We're gonna have to get you another one.
Name the first 3 volumes of the Kofi Pi Psi research team. That's number 3. All right.
You ain't gonna duck that question from me. How you ain't got volume 3?
Okay, well, I did have volume, right? The one that I have the forward that I wrote the forward in. I have volume 3.
Somebody came in his house and took. You see that library behind? Somebody came in his house and took the book out of that library right
They just took that book.
The only person that had the audacity.
Sean, I didn't want to do this to you, Sean.
So you telling me
the only person that can pull somebody that library and take
Sean, don't do it, Sean. Don't do it.
That's
Sean.
all I'm saying.
Don't do it.
You
Okay.
gotta do
Sean has accused my mother of stealing the book. And my mother keep telling you.
Yeah,
She's like, I don't know who this Sean kid is.
Do you know?
But you know, my mother from the north side of Chattanooga. So she got people from North Chat looking for Sean for accusing her of stealing the book. But let's keep this moving. So again, number 3, name the first 3 volumes of the Kofi Pi Psi research team. All right. 4, what is the educational product that the Kofi Pi Psi research team dropped on Black History Month of this year? Again, what is the educational product Kofi Pi research team dropped on Black History Month of this year? Number 5. What is the name of the school in the Gambia where the Kofi Pi research team has a scholarship? Man, if you've been following the moves of the Kofi Pi man, they please don't even get me started. They're making moves. Name the school in the Gambia where the Kofi Pi research team has a scholarship at. Okay, the last one.
While they answering that, chill. If you want to get Wujao to get a word in, if you want to, while everybody putting in chats, we're gonna look in and see who put what in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the last question.
Oh, okay.
And we go get Brother Wujao in there. So, you know, just like I said, Brother Ben's name right. I'm the only one on here calling that brother Wujao. I don't know what that is, y'all calling my
We got another question.
One more question.
Name what happened to Kevin MC Chilher's book, Volume 3 in his.
Okay, just don't get Sean started. Sean, I don't want to see you on there, bro. Don't do it, Sean. My mama watching. I know my mama watching this. Sean.
Should I say who stole MC Chilher's book?
Can we get to the 6th question?
From his house.
The 6th and final question. And woo, y'all better get this one. You'll have a problem with me in Cleveland. What is the name of the library in the Gambia where the Kofi Pi research team's first 2 volumes are at? Man, please get that one right. I'm gonna give y'all, if y'all the first one to get that, I'm gonna send them something from the Chill Talk box. All right. What is the name of the library in the Gambia where the Kofi Pi research team first 2 volumes are at? Okay, there you go. You have all the questions have been asked. Get your information down. While we're waiting that, and Kofi's looking to see who has the answer. Hopefully it's somebody from Cleveland. Let's get Brother Wujao if he can unmic and just talk a little, introduce yourself, and just talk a little bit about this celebration of these brothers releasing volume 4 and the importance of what they do.
Yes, indeed.
Brother
Can you hear me?
Wujao. Yes, sir.
All right. Peace to everyone on the channel. I've been at the door knocking, boy. I was like, man, the Tyler, I had to talk to Kofi to pass my name to the through the Tyler. Kofi, you there? I'm like, knock, knock, knock.
I wasn't even paying attention, man. My bad. I wasn't even.
I'm like, what? I gotta walk the sword or something? What you trying? You trying to take me back? No.
You know, they at the 4 Seasons, so it's a dude answering the checking the door. These little sliding thing open.
Oh, that's right. There you go. He's like, man. But yeah, so peace to the panel, everyone on the panel, and everyone in the chat, and to you, MC Chill. Yeah, so I just want to say, first off, congratulations to the brothers for their 4th project being released. And it should be a celebration whenever someone puts together put some thoughts to on paper. And I hear a background. I'm not sure. That's me.
No issue on.
Yes. So yeah, I think that we should celebrate. Definitely celebrate when thoughts are put to paper, pen and paper. And this is something I advocate. I've been advocating even on the different platforms, on the different postings that we see on social media, when people are putting together their thoughts. I just encourage everyone to put pen to pad and write something, because the nature of our communities, our so-called intellectual communities, a lot of subject matter and topics get repeated over and over and over again. So to save time, it's always best to document and write so that we can organize the truth. I know Unc has a saying that he said so much, but I don't know if he got numb to it or what. But Unc always started the shows off by saying a well organized lie will defeat a disorganized truth each and every time. Ooh wee. And so what that says, that should ring the alarm that the truth has to be organized, because the misinformation and everything is very, very loud. And so we're already going uphill and going against the grain with the truth. So it has to be organized very well. So the best way to organize the truth is to document it, write it down, write books, and have quality written materials. And so anyway, so I want to just say congratulations on the fourth of these projects for that. And see, I come from recent background of everything scribe. It's all about scribing and writing and everything for me. So y'all know what the word, what sesh and seshu means, and a lot of these brothers are part of the seshu ma'ani medunecher, which is the loyal scribes of divine words. And people take that to be specific and only to Egypt or Kemet or Egyptian things, but no, it's about divine communication, to have the ability to scratch your thoughts on some material, which is in our day and time paper, books, chapters, and so on and so forth. So to continue with that, I look at it as a continuation of the whole scribal profession and the scribal institution to be able to produce. I think Asar touched on it very well earlier about the importance of being a scribe and everything. So again, and I'm not going to be too much long-winded. I just want to say congratulations, and I look forward to more. And we should always advocate for each other and push each other to do this, because it's about quality. It's about excellence, because there's a lot of material out there. Anybody could write a book. Anybody can do all these things, especially now with self-publishing. So not only publish, not only write, but we got to push excellence and push quality and excellence, and that's it.
All right. My brother Seba Ujao Iri Ma'at. All right, brother Kofi, is anybody, man, you gave some hard questions, bro. A couple of them were easy.
Man,
but
it's Take Back is the only one that has, he got two of them right, 2 out of the 5 or 6 that we had. I'm it's crazy. A lot of the people in here. Marlon, hold up. Hold on, he said, what Marlon had? Marlon said he only person oh no, that's Stacey.
No, Marlon answered, but Take Back beat him.
Yeah, Take Back beat him. So Take Back is the winner. Take Back.
There's still some questions out there.
Yeah, it's still, but they ain't nobody answering. I'm some of the stuff like it was easy. It was Marlon. Yeah, Marlon answered some of, but Take Back the winner.
Okay, we have a winner. So do you want to run down those questions and give everybody the answers?
Yeah, I ain't got my other laptop on. Go just repeat them and I'll just get the answer.
Name all the members of the Kofi Pi Psi research team, and Brother Panther threw an asterisk on there. He said the current members.
Kofi Pi Psi, that's myself, Sean Calfunny. Sean Calfunny, I mean, Chavis, Tip Hesson, Awu, McCray, Suetek Akandi, Uyani Olawa, Satip and Ra Mariaman, and T'Challa Bangara.
All right, that was the answer. And all those brothers are on here today, so they could have just looked at the screen and got that one.
That was something.
All right, 2 was what's the name of Suetek's YouTube channel?
Niger Valley Civilization.
Which is also on the screen there. So
right, it's on the.
Come on now.
In the chat.
Yeah, and in the chat.
And in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 3. Name the first 3 volumes of the Kofi Pi Psi research team, including the one that's missing. Because I got 2 of them. Okay, go ahead. We're not going back with that again.
Spirits of the Mossy, volume 1. From Spirits to Pen, volume 2. Spiritual Comeback, volume 3.
That's the one you ain't got, Kev, if you don't.
The one that me and my BFF wrote a forward to.
You sure she ain't got it?
Oh, see, now come on now. Y'all not gonna do my people like that. No, Ladosha has her own. And my mama already told Sean.
Narrow down suspects, Kev.
I said I had a suspect, and Sean just made it my mom, man. I don't know what's that.
The suspect your mom initially?
No, that was not the Okay, you know what?
I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking.
All right, let's go to the next question for the answer. What is the educational product that the Kofi Pie research team dropped on Black History Month of this year?
Quiz and educational cards. I ain't at the house. I'm in Texas, so I should have brought them, packed them with me, but I ain't bring them. But we dropped quiz and educational cards on Black History Month.
All right, 5. What is the name of the school in the Gambia where the Kofi Pie research team has a scholarship at?
The Gay and Journal Skills Academy.
All right. See, if they saw my response to when y'all was coming at me, I said I was going to change it to the Chills Academy in that verse that I dropped on y'all. If y'all attacked me.
I didn't attack you. I wasn't a part of it.
They attacked you.
They attacked me.
Yeah, you know it. You know they was coming for you.
Kofi came back like 3 times. But anyway, we're not even going to talk about that. Number 6. Finally, what is the name of the library in the Gambia where the Kofi Pie research team has its first 2 volumes?
The Wright Library. It is named after our good sister in the chat right now, Ladosha Wright. It is named after Ladosha Wright. The Wright Library.
All right. Who was the first one to get that answer?
Nobody.
No, see, because I was going.
Oh, he said Zane. He said Zane got it. Zane got it. Zane knew all the answers. Zane didn't want to. I guess Zane didn't want to answer. He said y'all crazy if y'all don't get all these answers.
Okay, did he write it down? Did he send it in, or just Sean? Okay, well, see, I was gonna reach into the chill talk box and give somebody whoever got.
Did he? Zane
that answer?
Oh, he said he typed it in. Sean said Zane typed it in.
Yeah, Zane be on it, man.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So Dosh, make sure you remind me, Kofi, make sure you get me that address, and I will send him something out the chill talk box. And I actually already owe Sean something out the chill talk box.
Where is this box, Brother Chill?
I actually have it somewhere near me.
It's all book in there.
It's all kinds of stuff in that. Oh, see. Anyhow,
I got a question.
Yes, go ahead, Unc.
I got a question.
Go ahead, brother Unc.
Is it me? I just had a burning desire. Is it me? Why is it that the elders are allowed to promote anti-vaccine information and still be considered elders? Just a question. I'm saying maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm going too hard. I got a diversity panel right here, and maybe y'all could just help me off. Because I swear to goodness, yo, like I'm confused.
No one and
then
somebody answer.
I don't care. Y'all can take a stab at it. Maybe I'm inappropriate. Maybe I'm inappropriate.
Pseudo killers, man. We're gonna start up live.
So I'm inappropriate. So I'm inappropriate.
We're gonna talk about it on the pseudo killers right after this show, man. We go live.
That's the after party.
That's the after party. So I'm inappropriate then.
I'm not saying that.
Unc, you my
Somebody
brother,
said it.
Bro, Unc, I ain't gonna.
Nobody said that.
Just say we're gonna save.
I didn't say that. Captain Ross said it. He said I was inappropriate.
Nah, I did not. No, I did not. You ain't about to get me to say that.
Nobody said the word inappropriate.
No, he said me saying it right now is inappropriate. That's what I mean.
Nobody said that.
He did.
I didn't hear anybody say that.
Later. Now watch Chill run me off. He gonna say.
Hey, I'm on schedule.
Back to our regular schedule
program. I was on schedule, bro. See, I know y'all don't. I know y'all not used to. Y'all got a 23-hour schedule. but you know, at least they know they bring me up. I'm gonna stay on schedule.
You're right. The spirit came through. My fault. Yo,
If we gonna start bringing up stuff, I got some more questions for Kevin. Oh,
come on, Pastor.
Does Chief X have your address?
What did he do? He didn't put up his address.
I don't think Chief X been to the land. He hasn't been to Cleveland.
Down suspects.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining, all the people in the chat that hung out with us, all the speakers, all the people that took time out of their busy schedules. And as we close in the volume 3 that I don't have,
I'm about to say, how you know it's in there?
I talked because I wrote the forward. Me and my BFF Ladosha, we both wrote a forward. I talked about the Kofi Pi research team, and I talked about them being the tip of the spear. And I just wanted to say quickly and read from this. It says, traditionally, the term tip of the spear was used by military strategists and tacticians and historians to describe the sudden and overwhelming use of combat force to pierce an enemy's first line of defense. It is the first and most meaningful action in an offensive. It also says, for us, the tip of the spear is a crucial point where our team leaders pierce through the noise, chatter, and buzzwords and quick fixes to offer customized long-term solutions. And for me, this is exactly who these brothers are. When they chose the term the spears and what it means from African tradition, that they couldn't have chosen a more powerful tool of imagery to talk about how they go about the process, what they do, how they get that information out, how they fight, how they battle, how they educate. So as we close, on my list, we're gonna bring Brother Suetek and Ra. If you want to say a few words in closing, because we on time, King. When Chill rolls up to the spot, we on time. We not letting Unc and them, take my schedule all off like that. Look at Unc looking like, Chill, why you do that to me, bro? All right, Brother Suetek and Ra. Can we get you to unmic if you're still there? Just to say some words in closing, brother, about this whole celebration.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to be on the panel with these brothers. Happy Asar came through. You know what I'm saying? Asar, like we always say, he the Jeb pillar. Asar is the standard where Shine at. So yeah, I'm glad Unc on here. Glad Panther got Wu Jao in the building. Brother M Cool and MC, you did your thing tonight, Chill.
Oh, man, I had to make up for when I read that chapter. I thought I balled out, and Kofi was like, "No, Chill, you messed it up." But I tried to make a comeback. But go ahead, bro. Peace.
Yeah, man. You was truly a master of ceremonies tonight, man, and we appreciate you for doing this for us. So, yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Now, if I understand, Brother Kofi, you want to make some announcements? Do we have an after party? Do people just hang out, or do they move over to another channel? What are we doing, and how do people get to it?
I don't know how they get into it. I know
we're gonna go over the pseudo killers, man.
Going to pseudo killers, we banging. We banging on the anti-vaxxers.
We gonna slide over to the pseudo killers, man.
Because Unc has something on his mind.
Yeah, I got it.
Unc always got something on his mind. I think he's staying.
You got the link first, Ben. Ben first up.
All right. So we appreciate everybody's participation. Again, get the book, support these brothers, support the new movement of information that's going around, and the new process. And if you want to talk to the group, if you have some works that you want to be published, you can go to them for that. They have a one-stop shop and all information. I had Brother Kofi on my show on Chill Talk, and he gave information on on how you could get all of this information done, get your information out, get your book made, get your cover, get your art, everything. So reach out to those brothers and support these brothers and support everybody that's here on this program right now. We had some dynamic brothers, people who are respected. And again, I just want to say, people on here, it changed the game, changed the way that we deal with information, even the way we talk about information. And again, I am honored to have been asked to MC, to host this event, and not to keep us any longer. We're going over to the Pseudo Killer channel because I got something on his mind.
But before we go, if you have any information on what happened to Chill's book, call 1-800 same tree, different branch, and we would like to hear from you and launch a formal investigation.
I have all three except for the one that I wrote the forward in.
This is a crime and a travesty, and we have to find the culprit or culprits. You know, it
The
might be
unmitigated gall.
doing the effort. You know, does any of the Hebrew Israelites know where you live?
We don't see them in the land, man. I haven't seen any in the land looking for me. So
any Moors know where you live? Because I believe
that
I believe that's the volume.
That could, you know, I don't want the Bays and L's come looking for me, but they definitely know where I live.
It may take a long time. I'm telling you, we might not ever find out.
Hey, so we skip the music
I just don't know how to leave and go to the next thing. That's how y'all do this. That's why
we skipped the music selection. Kofi and Sean was supposed to be doing the cover to the Casey and JoJo's All My Life.
What?
Okay. Well, like I do my meetings, my part of this job is officially done. So no one can say I didn't close out on time.
Where's Sean at, man?
Getting his vocals ready.
I'm off the clock.
Hey Sean, we had some fun yesterday, yo. We figured out a problem, yo. We gotta sit down and have a good conversation with the red, black, and the green, yo. It's a lot of organizations, yo, that's pushing that nonsense, right? And as intelligent people in those organizations, yo, that's not getting real information. We got to get them tuned in, yo. We got to be officially the channels that, because we promote Africa, yo. But just because you promote Africa, don't mean you go slap silly with the herbs, yo. And I think the people need to be able to understand that, yo. Seriously. That we had a good one. You missed it, Kofi.
Hit the live button, Kev.
I don't have it anymore, man.
Hit the end button. We're gonna start. Kofi gonna get on here next and start rocking. Watch.
Hey, that's why I officially closed out on my part.
No, you gotta hit the button and close. Where's the XO?
Only button that I can push will make me leave. So Kofi has the official button.
The button.
We can't hear you, Kofi. You muted out, man.
Man, they over at the Four Seasons wilding out.
Where's the child at, man? He hiding. Where you at, man?
Get the book. We out, man. We out of here, man. Appreciate everybody, man, that came in, man, and tuned in the entire time, man. And we appreciate y'all, man. And we out of here, man. We gonna
steal Kofi coffee.
Go ahead. He can get your car note with it too. All right.